Alright, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a long time. I wish I would be more regular with these videos, but today doing a 2017 Hyundai, however you want to say it, Santa Fe Deluxe. Basically a coolant overhaul, basically. The wife has a coolant leak. As you can see, zero coolant in the reservoir. I've refilled it about 4 times, and I pinpointed the leak to be right at the spigot for the radiator. So I'm gonna replace the radiator, thermostat, coolant, temperature sensor, and both radiator hoses, and then of course the radiator cap. I actually thought it was the cap, and it did decrease the leak, but no, it just came right back. So it definitely is the radiator itself. So I figured she's over 100,000 miles, why not just overhaul the whole cooling system there. I already got the car lifted on quick jacks. I love when I get to use those. That means I don't have to work underneath the car, because with these it's very convenient. You set them up, you boost the car up, jack it up, but then you have zero access from the side and underneath the car. So yeah, I like when I get to use these, but that usually means engine work. So okay. All right, I wanted to give you guys a better look at the leak, if you will. I don't know if you can see that down there. Just for added safety, I don't ever trust hood struts as much as I would like to, and have this hood kind of drop on my head. So I always use one of these hood strut little locks or stoppers. Alright, so the reason I decided to make this video was I literally found one video out there on how to do this. And I mean, I've changed radiators, hoses, thermostats before, never on this car, on this model, but I can only find one video, and they have a dry engine with the engine already pulled out of the car. So of course that's, you know, a ton easier. You know, they don't have all this assembly and all that stuff. I believe I'm gonna have to take out this grill to get full access to the actual radiator. And from what I gather, the radiator fan is the toughest thing, because you got to squeeze that out in order to remove the radiator. I think that's like the toughest part, is squeezing that out under limited space. Alrighty, so first things first, I always like to disconnect the battery if I'm going to be working on any equipment at all whatsoever for, you know, that's electric. That is a 10 millimeter little nut for the battery. I'll remove the terminal in a second. And then here you have these two little plastic pins or whatnot, or clips. But yeah, all you need is just a little trim removal tool. Alright, there you go. And then, let's see, it should be as easy as popping that right out, just to give yourself a little bit more space right there. And I believe on the right side of this engine, somewhere over there, is going to be the temperature sensor. While I'm here, let me go ahead and remove the engine cover. Alright, for a little extra clearance, and of course access to the radiator fan, radiator, all that stuff I need to get to, I'm going to try and remove this plastic trim piece, I guess. It's already kind of coming loose there. Okay, good. So this had a bunch, probably like 8 to 10 of those trim pins, and about 4 little bolts. Just 4 little bolts, 2 in the corners, 2 in the center here. 10 millimeters as well, so that was convenient. I didn't have to switch out the socket. But yeah, I'm going to try and kind of just pull this out gently. As you can see, it moves the grill as well. And I do want this whole grill coming out. I will have full all-around access, minus this, I don't know, sub frame, I guess. But we can work around this, no problem. A little more progress. Took the cap off to get it ready to drain the radiator. Obviously I removed those bolts, came under here and actually removed the I don't know what you call it, a splash guard, I guess, plastic piece from underneath it, underneath the car. So now we have full access to drain the radiator or just underneath the car overall. This required, well, I mean, I had a few clips and bolts missing, but these 10mm bolts, right? Along with, let me see, 1 or 2 of these clips, same as above. And there were a couple of, I don't see them here, maybe they're still under the car, but a couple of screw clips. So you literally screw out the middle of it and then just kind of pull the clip out. But yeah, just a bunch of easy little things holding this up. All right, let's get to draining it. Drain pan, of course, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and drain the radiator. All right. As it is, for a little orientation, as it is on most cars, it is on the passenger side of the car, is the little spigot. Now this is splashing around. I don't want it to land on my skin or face. Remember guys, coolant radiator fluid is very toxic. All right, a little heads up. This is one of these nuggets that I'm going to give you guys because there are no videos of this out there. Now, I was wondering why this plastic trim piece was not coming off. I thought it would be maybe bolted to this, the bumper itself, and neither of those choices. Actually, it has a tiny little Phillips screw right there, and I would say it seemed to unscrew more when I didn't put pressure up against it this way. So I don't know if it's like a trim piece screw or whatnot, but I mean it's very tiny little screw. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it, so make sure not to lose this. Obviously it is one on each side right here. Alright, here it comes. See? So it's just a regular little Phillips screw. I'm gonna put it right here for later. But then now I'm able to separate that. It had these little I don't know, teeth, and they go underneath the grill piece right there. So they kind of clip on like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that all across here and kind of just finally take this trim piece out. And surprise, just found 2 more. So there are literally 2 more of those plastic little Phillips screws right here. As you can see, we will have full view of the radiator, the fan, all that stuff. So this is definitely the axis that I want. Each of those tiny little screws had one of these like trim piece little grommets. And so the little screws go in each of these. So remember, there are 4, 2 in the corners and 2 in the middle. They basically line up with these little brackets, whatever, right? But yeah, so don't lose those if you want to keep everything here nice and snug. These are rivets, so it's not like you could just remove these. That would be nice to have full access, but again, I can see everything, so I'm pretty comfortable with this. All right, let's keep it going. I'm just gonna remove this. You don't really have to, but I'm gonna remove it. 2 little trim pieces or pins, 1 on each side. I'm gonna start unscrewing this bolt and the bolt on the other side as well, and that kind of disconnects the fan from the actual radiator itself, or at least this radiator plastic bracket right here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and start loosening up because we want to separate the radiator fan and the radiator, and then squeeze that radiator fan out of here with very limited space. All right, so obviously I removed that part of the air box right there. It's like where the outside air comes in. I went ahead and removed this bolt that's right under here, holding the fan, connecting it to the radiator. And if you see down here, I'm going to put my finger on it here. Right here, there's a clip. You have to pull that clip towards the back of the engine, I guess you would say, and then that'll detach it from there. As you can see, I already removed the connector for the fan. Kind of got it out of the way a little bit. And now, let me put it by the battery here. Now, when I checked on this side, it did not have a bolt. So I'm wondering, see, it's right there. It did not have a bolt. It was missing. But obviously there still is the clip down under right there. So I'm gonna be doing that. And then I sort of realized or discovered that there are little bolts right here. Again, guys, I'm learning as I go with you guys because there are no videos for this model. So I'm assuming this is also holding the fan to the radiator. So it was indeed a little bracket of sorts. There are clips underneath. There are clips underneath the bracket that'll grab on right here to the radiator. You can see the notches on the radiator itself. Alright. But yeah, I mean, this kind of just popped right out, and it was indeed holding the fan against the radiator. Alright, and then removal of that bracket revealed the other bolt. The other 10mm bolt. I mean, keep in mind, the 10mm bolt seems to be God in this job. If you don't have a 10mm socket, I mean, yeah, you're not going to get very far. Just for, let me see, just for ease, do I have to do that? Nah, I can pop the hose right out of this little holding bracket thing right there. Being that I'm going to replace the, is that a crack? I'll inspect the hose more. That there might be a crack on that hose. So that'll remove this, and of course the lower hose right here. With removal of this 10mm bolt, now we have actual separation. So that means this is only attached to the radiator right now. The fan is only attached to the radiator right now through the two little, I don't know what you want to call them, levers? I don't know. But anyway, clips on the bottom there, one there and one on the other side. Alright, so I went ahead and removed both upper and lower radiator hoses. I got a little collection one right there, and of course the drain pan right there. Now this is completely loose. I already manipulated the clips or pins down under, the latches, to remove this. So now I'm going to need both hands for this part, but I mean, I've also decided to remove this little bracket that holds the upper radiator hose intact. There's a little 10mm bolt right here, just because it's going to push up against the oil, the engine oil dipstick. I'm going to just remove it. I've been told, or I found out, that pushing it this way towards the driver's side will actually help avoid some of the engine over there. I tried to find a video on how to effectively and efficiently remove the grill. That would have removed these two brackets out of the way. I'm going to remove the overflow reservoir little hose here so I don't pull on anything later on. From what I'm gathering, it should be these two bolts, probably 10mm like the rest of them, on that side, two on this side, and that'll release the radiator. And yeah, we'll have to bend these out of the way a little bit. Things are a little pliable, flexible, so we should be able to kind of just remove it out of the way. I'll just have to ask my wife to kind of lift them up as I slide the new radiator in so I don't damage it. Alright, so I went ahead and removed the brackets, as you see. So now this is a lot more loose, right? See right here? This little clip right here, you pull it towards the front of the car, and I'm assuming that's going to separate the AC condenser from the actual AC itself. Obviously I'm going to need two hands to do that. There's the one clip, and here's the other clip right here. Right here. So I'm assuming you just push it forward. Alright, so I was right so far, so good. So I went ahead and separated the two, the AC condenser and the radiator. So now the radiator is actually 100% loose. The fan is still presenting a little bit of an obstacle, but I think, you know, when I call the wife out, I think that'll rectify itself. I'll have her hold it out of the way while I squeeze this out past these rivet brackets here. And if they snap, they snap. I have a rivet gun, so I don't really care about that. I went ahead and removed the 3 bolts for the thermostat. Guess what size they are? 10 millimeter. Hey, good job. All right, cool. So 3 10 millimeter bolts, and obviously now I can just pop that out. There's your thermostat. Yeah, a little tiny bit of coolant came out, but housing seems to be in good shape. No cracks, no anything. Obviously I'll clean the surface right there, but yeah, as of right now this seems to be alright. That's the orientation of it. Sadly, I busted the plastic a little bit, bent it all to hell. Anyway, and that's okay, you know. There was enough room to kind of take the radiator out. Now I'm going to put the new one in. AC compressor obviously still in place. I did not take it out because of those lines and the whole pressurized AC system, and of course the radiator fan. I went ahead and took out the thermostat. Heads up, it's going to spill a good amount of coolant. I thought that I was all done with it, with the majority of it, but a lot came out, so I had to scoop the pan underneath to catch some of it. Alrighty, so I went ahead and put the thermostat in its housing, and right back here put the 3 bolts, 10 millimeter bolts back on. Basically just hand tighten it. That's plastic bolting into plastic, so whenever you have that, you don't want to power tool it or over torque it or anything. You're going to crack something. So I used the original housing. Never had a leak in it, so I should be good. I went ahead and squeezed the new radiator. I am a little bit worried because right here there were several cells. I did not do it, I promise. There were several cells that are bent. So I am hoping we do not get a coolant leak right here, and unfortunately I would have to fill it all the way to the top to test that. Got it in here. I got it inside the 4 clips of the AC condenser. So now this is all together, right? I even put the fan on and inside the bottom clips of that. So all I have to do is do the 2 bolts on the 2 sides of the fan, and otherwise it's just about bolting everything in. I already have the brackets to secure the fan in place. I already have them in place, but I haven't bolted them down just yet. And yeah, so everything is kind of slowly, you know, coming together. Alright, brackets are on, overflow hose connected, bolts, the 2 bolts holding the fan and the radiator, everything together, they're on. I already put the inside little vent right here from the other side. I went in through this side with 2 little clips, and now this one with 2 little clips, just to complete the breather for the outside air. Kind of right there, and yeah, I'm gonna pop those 2 clips in, one on either side, and that's it. I'll keep it going. Alright, so all hoses secured, thermostat was already secured. Finally secured this trim piece on top of the grill, which never came off. But I could not find the water or coolant temperature sensor. I believe it is this one right behind this little hose right here. I believe it's down right there. I never got the P0118 code, so I'm not going to worry about it. Impressive how difficult it is to find the location of that online on this particular model. Once again, a 17 Hyundai Santa Fe XL or Deluxe. I'm gonna put the breather back on, engine cover back on, and then I'm gonna start the bleeding process.